The Isles of Mer have always been a secret until now. Follow along with Noah, the very first child to be brought to Mer, and a Merzzling named Floppy as they set off on an adventure that you'll never forget. At the end of this story, there's going to be a lesson. Can you tell me what the lesson is? Let's get into today's story. The Merzzlings. The adventure begins. Written by Brittany Plumeri. I know of a place where adventures occur. It's out on the seas called the Isles of Mer. The island has treasures and creatures to meet, like Merzzlings whose height measures only 2 feet. But be careful, for if you forget to be kind, these mischievous creatures will surely remind and bring you to Mer, where I'm happy to bet they'll teach you a lesson you won't soon forget. And that's just what happened to one particular child, a young boy named Noah, who was recklessly wild. Back on the island, the Merzzlings all met and were anxiously reading the Merzzling Gazette, which reported a story about this young lad and the fact that he treated his classmates so bad. They all shook their heads as they read the news copy. "I know what to do," said a Merzzling named Floppy. A big puff of smoke. Floppy held up his hand. Then poof! Noah promptly appeared in the... While turning around in confusion and shock, the boy spotted Floppy on top of a rock. The Merzzling told Noah he needed his help. Miss Hoon hid his gem deep in... "I'll help," Noah said, which put Floppy at ease. They went up a mountain all covered in trees. While climbing that mountain, poor Floppy did huff. Noah said, "You huff much too much, ball of fluff." But Floppy ignored him and just kept on going. Now it was Noah whose weakness was showing. While huffing and puffing, they got to the top. But Noah was panting. "I just need to stop." Then Floppy did stop and he sat on a rock. But Noah was puzzled. Why didn't he mock? Descending again down the other side's end, Floppy led Noah around a cliff bend. From out of the bushes, a tree branch stuck out and it smacked Floppy on top of his snout. How Noah did laugh while he watched this ordeal, but cried out in pain when the branch whacked his heel. His tune quickly changed and he started to cry. Then Floppy showed up with a leaf for his eye, and Noah was thinking, "This Merzzling's so nice, although I have mocked them, and more than just twice." They trekked down the mountain and heard a loud laughter, for there sat Miss Hoon, just the one they were after. She said to the Merzzling, "You're surely a pest. I've stolen one gem, now I'll take all the rest." Then Noah's face reddened. He felt really mad. "Don't dare make this kind-hearted Merzzling feel sad." Miss Hoon asked him then, "Did I tell you to speak?" And for the first time, Noah felt somewhat meek. The boy could now see that Miss Hoon was quite mean. This made him remember his morning routine. Each day he would pick on a classmate or two, but now he could tell what's the right thing to do. He answered Miss Hoon, "I deserve this, I do. I tend to behave exactly like you. My parents, my siblings, my teachers, my peers, they're far from deserving my terrible snares. The Merzzlings popped out and they started to shout, "You did it, Noah! You figured it out!" Miss Hoon glanced at Noah and gave him a smile, which showed she'd been in on the plan all the while. Then, just like that, there was a bright flash, and Noah was back in his room with a crash. From that day forward, Noah would recall Floppy and how kindness is the key. After all, the end. Did you enjoy today's story? Let me know in the comments what the lesson is that you learned from today's story. I'll be happy to see your comments. Until next time.